Now it's a pretty easy thing what we've got. The little piece of wood that's in question is plywood, so that offers us a little bit of flexibility. A warm glass of water, put it on a peg so it does not float, and look at your clocks, leave it there for about half an hour and we'll come back. Right, now through the magic of time and television, there is our little piece of transom. It's been soaking, probably about half an hour. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a bend in it. Now this width of timber, it's only scrap timber, is the same size as the width in the back frames. We know it's square there, see? Now I'm going to put that in the middle of this little piece of timber and get another piece of scrap wood and a small G-clamp, and G-clamp one to the other so it doesn't move. Nothing hard about that. Now the trick comes, let's put that in the middle. The trick comes when we lift the wings of this thing up and put a little piece of scrap underneath it. There we go to our scrap box. That's about the size that we need, about the gap. Put that in there, lift up that wing and push that piece into the side. Lift up the other wing and get the other piece and push that in to the side. Like that. Now we'll make sure they're all the way through so it doesn't buckle. Alright. And as you can see, it's been pushed in, or just at the edge there, not all the way. Alright, so now that's what we're doing. That's what it's all about. Let that dry overnight and it'll dry in that shape and it'll just fall into place. So that upper transom part is out of the jig now. It had a lovely little bend in it, and as you can see it just fell in. So the thickness of the piece of timber that you put under the little tiles when they're wet is the same gap as what's got to be bent around as. Now if you just have a look at the underside, you'll see that it's also a good fit. There. So that's lovely, and she's got a couple of overhangs here. According to the plans, that's it. She's flush up here and we've got a very nice joint. So if you could try and find that angle, you can see just how much we've curved it around, and it wasn't hard at all. Now a final touch on, when we do go to move on to our next step, which will be the top cap, I want you to have a look at the finish that I've obtained on the walnut in the second layer of planking. Now you'll probably pick up that there's a sheen on that boat, and how we go about that is to get the finest steel wool possible and rub it over, and this will kill off all the final little fibres that are there and give it a really smooth finish. So when we do apply our satin Estopole, it'll look like a one piece, a beautiful job. We're going to move on now. We're going to start with the deck furniture, and there's tricks to everything you do, and there's another one here. Now let's have a look at these hatch covers that we're going to do, and they're all sticks that are just even, they interlock into each other. There's no big mystery there. That's all you do. Now the trick is, how do you glue them together? Well, put a little bit of water in a little lid like that, a little basin saucer or something, and then get your wooden Aquadeer glue out and go 50-50 into the bowl, so you can see how much I'm putting in there. It will be wasted after its use, so bad luck. Now give it a little stir. Stir him up and make a mixture of glue and water. Then, if you get yourself a rag or somewhere to dry this thing, you put your rag down there like that, and then you pop them in the container and saturate them through with the water and the glue. Put them all underwater like that. Now let them go for about 5 minutes, and when you do, then you'll take them out and simply put them on to your rag or drying surface like that. The excess will drain through and that will dry hard, and that's what we're doing. Okay. Now other pieces of the deck furniture are going to include not only the hatch covers, but things like this old style winch here, and then the forward knight heads, and obviously all the cannons and the carriages. Now with the carriages I painted them black and the wheels red, and I left the same colour for the cannons because they've been casted or moulded in their correct colour. So it's on with the deck furniture now, and a good change of pace. By now your model should have at least 3 coats of Estopol on it to protect it, and everything is going fine, and sit her in your little work cradle. Okay, so with the attachment of the rudder, as you can see, the rudder itself, that holds the eye pins, the round eye pins, and put them in there. Try and get them in as close as you can, because it's a 1mm brass pin that goes directly opposite it into the stern piece, and then we'll just hang it on there. There she is, hung into position now. The other thing that we've got to do is to put the rudder arm on, or the tiller. There she is into position, and we'll move on and see if we can do some more with the cargo hatches. Let's look at the whales now. The main whales are 3x1, and there's 2 pieces there, they go together, and the plans will show you exactly where to pop them down. You just follow the existing plank line, start at this edge here, or the edge down near the transom, and then the top one is a 2x1. Plans will give you the indicator where it's got to go, but again follow the plank line and put it on in sections like that, and then just trim them into place and give it a bit of a sand and a buff, and away she goes. So that's no real problems there at all. In your laser cut section you'll find your breastplate that goes in there. Now that breastplate that they've given you will be oversized, and it's oversized because we've also got to put these cat heads either side of that breastplate like that. So it's out with your files again, guys, and trim them into place until you can get a nice little fit either side. You may have to file away a little bit of the top cap rail as well, but it's fractionally fitting time, so away you go. I've painted my whales satin, and the upper whale also will be satin as well. Now you may have to use your crimpers around the bow, so just take it easy on this 1x3. Don't crimp it in half. Just crease it so you'll take the stress out of it and give you a hand to go around while you're gluing it on with Sino. But she's starting to look good now, so we'll keep going.